Yo, what's up, giggity dogs? Give me a high five. And the funniest thing happened while I was trying to record this, so I spent like 20 minutes recording this entire video. Then do you know what happens? Turns out the microphone was not even on at all for the whole 20 minutes. 20 minutes recording, gone just like that. So we're just gonna start the thing. Ranking the Amphibia characters, blah! Sorry, I'm in bad mood. So, I've done, the ranking for the Owl House and some other shows. So, ranking the Amphibia characters. Anne, our main character, A for Anne. One, great representation nowadays. Good character development, going from, a fairly selfish girl to a very, mature protagonist. Great, really hoping she continues it. And, great, Super Saiyan ripoff in the last episode, and I feel like compared to other characters like Star and Mabel, she just doesn't stick out that much. Also compared to Luth, otherwise she's a good enough character on her own, I guess. Sprig, he's a fairly nice protagonist, fairly interesting character, and while making this, I realize it's a lot harder to give brief reviews of main characters and side characters and stuff like that, because with main characters, you can't just summarize them like that. For Sprig, I feel like he had a realistic enough, disappeared parents thing, and you just know that there's going to be a bigger mystery about them. But otherwise, he's a fairly, lighthearted character, really complements the tone. Really like the adventurous, nature of these two protagonists. Polly, B tier, I feel like she's just the small cute character is actually a strong person, extremely sassy and strong-willed. But other than that, she just doesn't really there's that enough to set her apart from Sprig. I mean, I don't really watch this show that often as much as I do with Amphibia. I mean, Owl House. But there are a lot of good moments, a few funny moments. She just doesn't feel as fleshed out as the rest, but otherwise she's good. Hoppity, or whatever his name is, A tier. I really like the cool old folks trope. Really like how he acts as a somewhat reasonable character compared to everyone else. This is craziness, but otherwise, and I like how he's voiced by Bill Farmer. One thing that I like about Amphibia over Owl House is that the main character, it's very much a Disney cartoon. With the Owl House, it just feels like one of those indie projects that got a bunch of money on Kickstarter, which isn't a bad thing, but this show is definitely the more Disney-er cartoon. But yeah, Hoppity, really a good authority figure, really and really funny, having a cool old guy in the cast. Yeah, too often shows I mean, we all hate those rotten adults, but really good to have one good example. Wally, A tier, because I love the crazy loner guy, and he is missing an eye, which is badass. And he's voiced by Zigbar from Kingdom Hearts. Yeah, the Kingdom Hearts is awesome. And now we get to Sasha. This character is not just garbage, she is the whole landfill. She coerced her friend into committing a crime when she was late to her own birthday, joined a brutal warlord, tried to kill a child because he threw mud on her, and and in the last episode, she decided to betray her friend one last time. Sorry, it's too late for you. You're the whole landfill, as I said earlier, and you made it onto my hated characters bingo. Marcy, you guys should know that this was my favorite character of the main trio, or Calamity Trio as it's called. Captain of the Utopian Night Guard, she's the most highest ranking member, and all I care about is rank. I don't care about who you are as a person, I care about your credentials, which is all that matters. And she has the best grades, probably made Dean's List. And she also likes JRPGs. I wish to play more JRPGs, but I'm in college, which consumes your time. Consumes your time with essays, homework, and making dumb videos like this no one's gonna watch. But anyway, I like how she had her own mysteries, and the clumsiness aspect really adds levels of humanization. And also, her theme song, Takeover, is by far one of the best. Yep, and as I was saying earlier, the reason Sasha doesn't work is she's basically just a Zula if they actually thought that she was a likable character. at all. Frog Zeus and Frog Pines, they basically said like, haha, Disney said trying to capitalize on Gravity Falls even more, even though the show's gone. And like this character was just pretty blatant. Glad to hear Alex Hirsch back, even though he's sort of already in the outhouse. But like this doesn't really, like, I feel like this is like, my problem with Disney is that when they say something that works, they just do it again. They don't try to understand what made it good, or like the spirit of what made it good. They just do it again. They just added in Gravity Falls for no reason, just because. General Yunnan, Scourge of the Sand Wars, defeater of Ragnar the Wretched, and youngest Utopia general or something. B tier for one. She seems like a good, badass army character, but but other than that, she just feels like too much of a gag character. Like her catchphrase thing just really gets annoying, and I think the show already knew that. But really hoping she does something more more than that in the upcoming episodes. Mayor Toadstool, A tier, because he's probably a better politician than 99% of anyone in American politics. For not being an annoying orange or a senile old guy. Maddie, you guys should have known, if you have watched more than 2 of my videos, you should know she was probably going to get an A tier, but the lower A tier, like, I feel like she's just underutilized thus far. Fairly a cute enough character, but otherwise not not deep enough, like of the normal backstory, interest in magic, but otherwise than that, just doesn't really have that spark. Croaker, she was C tier. Feel like she appears in a lot of the advertisements, but doesn't really do that much. She just seems like the tag-along old characters, like the incidentals from SpongeBob, so C tier. Speaking of SpongeBob, don't tell my sister this, but I just finished writing an essay about Jules Verne for her. Every word of it, I wrote of her essay. And I included a reference comparing saying that one of the people influenced by Jules Verne was Steven Hillenburg. She probably doesn't know who that is. And she's probably going to find out. That's going to be funny. Ivy, she's voiced by Katie from Total Drama. Glad to see returning voice actor from that work, so B tier. And it's Young Love. Love. Stinks. This character wasn't as memorable as I thought, so C tier. The Axolotl, I like Axolotls because they're obscure animals, not only known through Pokemon, so B tier, and he's a mechanic, and he appeared in the Season 3 poster, so hopefully he's going to do something or something. The chef guy, I'd probably do DoorDash for that restaurant, and he's, I forget his name. C tier, okay, C tier, not really that memorable. Restaurant critic guy, I love how, this show, this extremely small town apparently has its own restaurant critic or something. Really just does, having something as specific as that really doesn't help, sell the small-scale hamlet thing of Warwood. But otherwise, he was a good enough character. Felt like someone from Chowder because he was a restaurant critic, but otherwise, not really that good or bad. Maggie, she's a D tier for being racist and not really doing much other than being it's implied she's racist, or bullied Anne or something, but otherwise than that, not really that interesting a character. King Andreas, as you know from most of my things, I just love villains of all sorts, and the classic Disney villains are always awesome. This guy's my favorite character. That's it. I just love villains. Lady Olivia, this character just feels like they want to have an manipulative advisor thing, but it just doesn't really fit with the show. Part of me thought that she was going to be a traitor or something, but she actually wasn't. This guy, because he reminds me of old white, one of our favorite pastime, old white sports being played by old white British guys or something. Well, poor people are starving, of course. Percy, this guy's an A-tier minion. Employee of the month or something. The director lady, B tier, because she was voiced by, glad to see Susan Egan return to direct something. And this guy's also B tier because he's Ryuji doing a Frankish accent or something. This guy A tier because he's surviving in the outdoors and escaping from the horrible force that is civilization. Civilization sucks. Captain Meyer, whatever his name is, or as I like to call him,
Mario, do you know what today is? No. It's Cinco de Give Me Your House Payment.
Yep, this guy gets the highest rank imaginable for reminding us about the greatest holiday of them all, Cinco de Give Me Your House Payment. Ooh, whenever he comes around, the characters are going to need to do their house payment and possibly need to compete in the Squid Game to pay said house payment. This guy, B tier, he was pretty cool during his scene because he was a crazy old guy with a top hat and a crossbow who's voiced by Bugs Bunny, which is awesome, really. Jeff Bergman should have gotten credits for his work in Space Jam 2 or something. That guy, B tier, upper B tier, because he was voiced by Keith Silverstein, and love that voice actor or something. Fen's, A tier, because, like, she's, helped, with the
Cinco de Give Me Your House Payment.
Other than that, she, just is, just seems like she gets the, high rank of trying to help attain the said house payment, but not that high rank. These two aren't that interesting. Yeah, one of the things I don't really like about a lot of these shows is that they want to be set in super fantastical worlds, but they want to have, like, on-the-nose, very specific, like, copies of things that the characters like anime and, you know, like how in Owl House they had to have those scrolls which function as iPhones, because God forbid we have a show set in a completely fantastical world that didn't have iPhones or an adjacent thing. We need more salamanders in the show, like the obscure magical race. I always loved that trope, A tier. And I liked how she was like an advisor in like the temple thing. This character A tier because I like Muppets. Muppets is awesome. Don't really know why they made him blue. They could have just made him. I mean, Disney owns everything nowadays, so they could have just made him green and like I still sell it. This character D tier. They give me bad vibes with that face. I don't know why the Mister isn't there, but otherwise in that A tier, she was a good enough parent in the episode. And also made a quarantine joke. This character, not nearly as bad as Sasha, but slightly better, but still, like, joins there for being a damn pig, and that by that I mean law enforcement of any sorts. This character, like, the character finds something that looks exactly like something from their world, but is actually, like, right beneath the surface something completely gross and alien. Okay, not that gross, nature is beautiful or something, but other than that, what a coincidence that they found a creature that looks just like the main character's cat. Good enough gag. Gertie, she gets into S tier for making good nachos. Nachos are awesome, haven't had good nachos in a while. So I did have a good chicken quesadilla last night from one of the few times that the Mexican restaurant in my university cafeteria was open. Oh, and here's a open message to my university cafeteria. Actually, have most of the restaurants open. Gosh darn it! Chick-fil-A is only supposed to be closed on Sundays. That's the whole point. This character A tier because glad to see Kristen Shaw returning and a great moment of humanity. Really showing the dangers of capitalism. Capitalism sucks, and she's probably going to end up competing in the Squid Game because she has all that student debt. And she's probably not going to survive the Squid Game, of course, sadly. This character S tier because they did a good, awesome guitar roll. Super Smash Bros. I don't really like. I mean, like, this character was just. Smash, and other than that, these two aren't that interesting. Sal, A tier for being an A tier businessman selling gutter water as a special sauce. That, because people, and taking advantage of the fact that people are stupid, which they in fact are. Apothecary Gary, great reference, voiced by Tony Hale, love that guy, and also, he's, I can't hum the theme song to the last one. Sorry, guys. He's both a reference to Atla and Chowder. You always need your local beast of burden to get you from point A to point B. Grime, that's another one of my favorite characters because he's a villain and honest about it. He manages to be like an A-tier badass, like for most of the series, and has his funny moments. This character, for one, he's voiced by the series creator, but what really gets him to S tier as one of the most badass duties and most epic duties in any media ever, that he will gladly boast of, which he certainly has right to. He grows tulips. Do not get more epic than that. He grows tulips. Something only a godlike warrior will be able to do. He grows tulips. This guy, he was Maddie's father, B tier. I feel like they have already have one chef character, but otherwise than that, he seems like a chill enough dad, so B tier. This character, another generic old lady, C tier. Frobo, he just feels like a ripoff of the robot from Chrono Trigger, and Shale from Dragon Age, and Blitzcrank and he just feels like the generic big quiet robot guy who's actually very nice, and he's also the Castle in the Sky robot. Feels like a trope that is done to death, and I'm very disappointed I don't see other frogs like Pepe the Frog or other important frogs, or the frog from Frogger, or Leapster. The Leapster frog was way better than any of these frogs. Brought us one of the greatest music games of all time, Algorithmic's Leapster Second Grade Musical Menace. Way better than Friday Night Funkin'. That game is a ripoff of that Leapster game. They should have, and to continue with a running gag, the guys who ripped off the Algorithmic's Leapster game should need to participate in the Squid Game just because 3 times the charm. And Toady, B tier, Jack McBride was pouring his heart out into that performance. Really authentic, A tier. Really sells the small crazy guys. So there it is, my ranking for the Dramatis Personae of Amphibia. See you guys next time.